England is looking at getting rid of their health pass. They're looking to get rid of their vaccine passport system, which soon will be implemented. This is a huge shift in the narrative, as of course there's major scientific studies. There's a lot of information coming out that clearly is disrupting this entire official story of what they've been telling us from the very beginning. So this whole narrative is collapsing. There's a lot of important reasons to be extremely optimistic. I've been talking about this weeks ago. I'm saying with this latest variant, there's a big probability, even according to the World Health Organization that announced that this is going to be the end of COVID potentially in 2022. So there's a lot of mainline institutions, there's a lot of mainline doctors talking about what we were talking months ago, and there's this meme going around that I tweeted that specifically shows, the talking points that this administration and that these authorities had from the very beginning.
You die, but you go to heaven.
That said, 95% protection in May, June 70% protection, August no protection but reduces spread, September doesn't reduce spread but reduces severity, October doesn't reduce severity but reduces hospitalizations, November doesn't reduce hospitalizations but you aren't going to die, and then December you die but you go to heaven. So
that's a good one.
That's essentially,
it's a joke. YouTube,
yeah,
calm down. Everyone can go talk to their doctors about what's right.
Again, not a medical doctor, not here giving you any kind of medical advice. We're not here to do that. We're here to point out that there's elements of people making fun of what we've been told and exaggerating it, because it's already been exaggerated to such an extensive level that it's hard for people to pay attention to even what's going on.
Yeah, well, you said that in 2022 we might see the end of COVID, according to what?
The World Health Organization.
I would point out that maybe not the end of COVID, the end of COVID hysteria, but that the virus itself, I've heard that it supposedly will be endemic, meaning that we're just going to live with the coronavirus.
That's one theory out there. There's another theory that this latest variant is spreading so fast that it's going to create natural immunity. It's less severe. Less people are going to end up in the hospital. So everyone's going to get it because of how fast it spreads to everyone. And then essentially it will kind of die out and phase out from here because everyone will have immunity
or
from
just
it.
Live with us forever.
And this
as
goes,
we're immune.
But when you look at coronaviruses, there's usually a specific trend of how they kind of operate, of how they infect people and how they stop infecting people based on those mutations. So if we're following the basic procedures of how previous coronavirus, SARS and MERS, have affected the world, it's logical to believe that this is going to happen here. Dr. Fauci has a different story saying there's going to be another variant that's going to be really bad, but he has an invested interest in keeping this storyline going because his entire career is made on the severity of this sickness. So obviously has a conflict of interest. Again, these are some of the debates happening within the scientific community that I think are extremely important right now, and I think are important to pay attention to, because if this is the case, there's going to be some significant political changes in our society when we come to the end of this and people feel bamboozled and lied to about everything. So this is something that we need to understand politically, socially, and economically, because the effects of this are going to be with us for years to come after this.